What is going on, guys? It's JT43 here. In this video, I'm going to be installing a solar paneled wireless backup camera. I haven't done one of these like item installation unboxing videos in a while, and I kind of really needed this backup camera because I've had this wired backup camera forever, and it's finally just kind of like taking a shit on me. So I have the power hooked up here, and you can see that it's currently on. I can turn it off, turn it back on. And this thing just like, it doesn't do anything anymore. I checked all the wire connections. I even checked the camera outside. It's just finished. So instead of trying to keep this guy alive, out with the old and in with the new. So this is the Autovox, not sponsored by the way, for anyone wondering. I just really needed this and I thought it'd be cool to install. I don't know exactly what model number this is, but I'll leave a link in the description if you want to pick one up. This can be used for any car as long as you have a 12-volt socket like this. As long as you have that, then you'll be able to run this comfortably. So I'm just going to go through what we got here real quick. So obviously we have the monitor. So here's the monitor piece here. I don't know exactly how big the monitor is, but it's a pretty chunky boy. The screen's definitely bigger than that one, so we do get a little bit of a screen increase here. So obviously the screen's gonna have to get plugged in, so there's the connector for it. You have a stand, which is a lot better than most of them because you can actually plant the feet somewhere, and it even comes with a little like adhesive strip at the bottom, so that's pretty nice. A lot of them just come with like this little peg. Like if we look at my old one, this guy just comes with this little skinny thing that I actually screwed into my thing to keep it from falling off because this thing would fall all the time. But this one, you know, it has a bigger base so that it can actually like stick and stand. So that's pretty cool. So here's the actual solar panel camera itself. You have the solar panel right here. You have the camera, which is able to flip upside down, which is pretty cool. So you can adjust where you want your camera to show. So that's pretty helpful too. And then it even comes with a adhesive backing if you want to do that. So you can stick it onto something and you can also just bolt it on. Or you could do both. You can stick it and bolt it on. I think for the sake of this being removable, I don't think I'm gonna put the adhesive on in case it like adheres to the trunk, because I don't know if I'll ever need to take this off again. I don't want that adhesive to like ruin my trunk, so I don't know if I'm gonna run the adhesive. But like I said, you got the solar panel here. It's similar to the one that I installed on my Lexus, although that uses an app. It doesn't have a screen, but it's usually it's pretty much the same thing. So now what I like about this is obviously the main source of charging for this guy is going to be the sun because it's solar paneled. But if you for any chance like just don't have a lot of sun where you're at, which I think is kind of impossible, but you know, I don't know, there's a little tab on the side here you can flick up, and it has a little micro USB, or is that USB-C? Oh, that might be a USB-C cable. Yeah, that's a USB-C cable, so it's not micro USB, it's a USB-C, so it's a little bit more modern, which I kind of like that. So that you can plug it in and charge it manually if, you know, you haven't had sun in a while. And then on the other side over here, you have a little power button to actually turn the camera on. So we're going to set this guy to the side real quick, and we're going to talk about, I guess, what's in this box here. Okay, so I just opened up that box, and we have two wires here. So this would be the manual charger for the camera. So yeah, it is a USB-C. So you have a USB to USB-C, which is, you know, it's a nice little it's a nice little emergency charger, I guess, you know, because listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro, like backup cameras are so essential nowadays. I'm not gonna lie to you. And then in here is pretty much the 12-volt socket plug here that connects to the monitor. So they do give you a pretty decent amount of size wire here if in case like your 12-volt is in the back, or you know, if yours is all junked up here like mine is. I also made a video on how to get more 12-volt space. This is a little adapter that, you know, I only have one in this car, so I plug the adapter in and it gives me two more. But let's say that like that's all junked up, but your rear 12-volt is fine. You know, you can plug it in the rear and you can run this wire all the way up to the front. So they give you a pretty decent amount of wire here, which I like. So obviously I don't need that because we're going to be up front, so we're probably going to keep this bunched up like that. I can't imagine me using a lot of wire for this, but And then we have the plug for the monitor right here. And then you'll also notice, which is pretty cool too, when you do plug this into the 12-volt port, you do also get a USB section there. So that's pretty cool. If you don't have an adapter, you can still at least like charge your phone using this piece here. So with that being said, they give a little toolkit here, and I believe that's so that if you have to take this bracket off, like if you want to take this bracket off and you want to put some adhesive on the top here and stick it up to something, you know, you can do that too. There's many ways to safely like mount this, but I think the proper and the safest way is to slide this behind the license plate and attach it from that. So I'm not going to be messing with the tooling, but if you're curious what you got, they gave you a little baby Allen wrench and 2 extra screws, I believe. So it's pretty, you know, pretty useful, but for what I'm doing with this, I'm not going to be taking this guy off at all. So what I think we'll do first is we'll actually pair the camera to the monitor. So I'll go ahead and plug this guy up, and then we'll make sure all our connections are good. All right, so we'll do kind of like a wide shot here. So I'm just going to unplug my old 12 volt, which I know the camera can't see, but so pretty much we'll take the monitor here, right? So this guy, and it already comes with wiring. And then we'll take the 12 volt port right here, and we'll just plug these guys in. So it has a little slant groove on the side here. Where is it? It is right here. So you can see that little slant in the connector there. So we'll just find the this is the female connector. So there's a little notch in the connector there. It's a little hard to see, but in person, if you get this, you'll be able to see it perfectly fine. So we'll just plug these guys in. We'll make sure it's plugged all the way in, and then we'll go ahead and plug our 12 volt into my socket in here. Okay, so now that we have that plugged in, we'll go ahead and start my car real fast. So, oh, screen is turning on now. And then we should be able to just hit the power button on the side of the camera. We'll hold it. And so now this is blinking red. We might have to go into the settings here. On the side of the monitor, there's 3 buttons. So I'm gonna press the middle one, which I think would let us into the okay, there we go. So we're gonna go into pair. Let's see. Oh, and I think it just paired by itself. Okay, camera 1 and camera 2. So you could have 2 cameras on this. I only have 1, obviously. It kind of just paired by itself, so I didn't even really have to hit anything, and it's pretty responsive. So if I just like, you know, I'm moving the camera all around, it's really responsive. The one that I installed on my Lexus, my SC with the app, it's very laggy, but this one is, yeah, it's very responsive. So we'll go ahead and put this down and we'll take a look at the menu. So like I said, this has 3 buttons on the side here. It has up, menu button, and then down. So to start the menu, we'll press the middle button and that opens up the menu, and then you just press up and down. So that's the top button and the bottom button to go through the menu. And then when you want to hit something in the menu, you'll hit this middle button again. So we'll hit the menu. We'll go through. So we already hit pair. You can pair cameras 1 and 2, but I only have 1 camera, so that's fine. So we'll go into BC control. So brightness and contrast. I don't really mess with any of these things, so you know, but if you want to mess around with that, you can hit the top and the bottom button and it'll change that for you. What is this? Mirror normal, upside down. Okay, so this is extremely helpful because it's going to play into how you mount this camera, right? So normally you're going to mount the camera like this. The camera portion is going to be sticking up. The bracket portion is going to be sticking down. When you put this over your license plate, and I'll show you later when I actually do it, you don't want your camera blocking basically the location where you're from, right? Because you can get pulled over for that. I've been pulled over for that in the past, but I'll show you what I mean when I'm actually doing it. So if you mount it upside down, you can flip it in the actual camera. So, and or if you want to mirror it, I don't know why you would want to mirror it, because the one that I have now actually is like mirrored itself, and I don't know how to fix that because it's a wired connection and it's not anything in the settings. So I don't really know what's going on with that. Let's take a look though. And upside down. So yeah, if you have to mount the camera upside down because of whatever your situation is, you can flip the camera. So that's actually really, really helpful, but I'm not going to be doing anything like that. So we're going to just wait till it gets out of here because I don't want to mess anything up. Okay, so we have reversing time. So if I hit reversing time here, this will let us know how long the camera is going to stay on. So I would put it to 120 seconds. Honestly, I really like keeping this thing on while I'm driving, but if I'm not able to do that, that's fine too. But that's just to let you know how long the camera is going to stay on. So if you want it on for 60 seconds, that's fine too. If you want it on for 90 seconds before it shuts off, that's fine. But I'm going to put mine at the max. And then obviously you have guideline, which you can turn that off or you can turn that on. I'll probably turn mine off. I don't really need that on there. And then obviously if you're not liking what it is, you can reset it. So if you messed with all the settings and you're like, bro, I don't want this anymore, you can just reset it. But you know, you can just go into the settings and just turn whatever you want off. But I don't know, if you want to reset it, you can reset it. So now that we have that off, and you're probably annoyed why I have this label on, I don't want to take it off just yet. I want to make sure everything's good before, in case I have to bring it back. So I'm not touching the label that's over the screen just yet. But now that we have the camera portion all fixed, let's go ahead and actually install this thing in the back. All right, so you can see I have my license plate off here. We're just gonna get the old one out of here real quick. So this is my old license plate bracketed backup camera. Now it's time to say bye-bye. So here's the camera and my license plate. So pretty much what we're gonna do is just line up our holes here. So you know, it's gonna look something like this. So they have the outlines here, but since we're an American plate, we're just gonna line it up like this. And so you'll see that line's up there, and we might even have to shift the camera over to get both of the bolts in. So that looks good right there. You can see through there, and you can see through there as well. So what we'll do, we'll get one of the bolts ready, and we'll go ahead and attach this guy there. That's the second. Okay, so welcome to my makeshift workbench here. So we have a little bit of an issue. So when I put my camera at the top of my license plate, on TCs especially, your trunk switch would be sitting right here, and there's really no way to access it because it blocks it off. So what I'm actually gonna be doing is mounting my camera upside down like this, and screwing from both sides onto the plate like this, so that I can screw the top and still access my trunk and have the camera on the bottom and use the reverse option on the monitor. So I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna get it to a position where I like, right on the bottom. How we get this to stay is we're gonna have to put a bolt through and a nut on the back side and tighten them both together so that they create a sandwich. They basically sandwich the camera to the license plate. So I have some bolts here. I'm gonna have to try and find some nuts laying around. Pretty much what we're gonna do is find a good placement we want. We'll put a bolt through here. And then we can still move the camera around because there's a bunch of adjustment on the camera. We'll go ahead, the exact same thing for the other side. So you can see here, it goes right through. You can see my finger poking through. We'll get another one of these bolts and we'll slide this guy through. All right, so that is a lot better in terms of light. So pretty much what we're doing here is we're putting 2 bolts through on the side of the camera like that. You're probably not gonna have to do this. You're probably gonna be able to just bolt your camera up top here, which is what you normally would do. But for those that have to bolt it on the bottom due to clearance issues or latch issues, we're gonna have to bolt ours to our license plate. So here are the 2 bolts that I put through the license plate into the camera, and then we're going to try and find some nuts that will screw onto the back of these bolts here so that we can sandwich it together. So I have a assortment of nuts here, so I'm just gonna have to try and find one that fits to the back of that. All right, so we got our nut, and just the way I like it, everything is zinc coated so it doesn't rust, and it doesn't rust out our trunk if it's gonna make contact or whatever. So we have our nut. So then what we'll do is we'll go and we'll tighten this guy to the camera. So let me line everything up here. I'll put this nut on the back here, on the back side of the bolt, at least get it started. Okay, and there we go. If we turn around, you'll see that the nut is now screwed into the bolt here. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this down and get the camera where I want it to sit, and then I'll meet you outside when it's ready to bolt on. All right, so now that we have our camera attached license plate, we're gonna go ahead and attach it to the car. Okay, so I mean, it's gonna be a little bit hard to see because it's not nighttime, but let's see here. Try to find the holes, and I'll show you what I mean by the clearance issues that I'm having. And we'll just pop this guy in real quick. Now, just give me a second. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten these guys in. So real quick, just to kind of gauge off of mine. So I had to put my camera back down here, because if I put the camera up here, you see how with the bracket, it kind of spaces the camera up. Well, if I were to leave it like that, I wasn't able to access my trunk latch up here, because it would be completely blocking it. Therefore, I had to move the camera down here. But now that we have everything nice and tight, let's go see what it looks like. So now that we have everything hooked up, let's go ahead and get a first start going. So this is powering up now. So now you'll see that it's upside down, which is okay, because we know that we mounted it upside down due to clearance issues. So we'll go into the menu here. We'll go over to mirror and upside down. And there we go. Now it self-verts itself. So we'll go ahead and start the car here. And then we'll make sure everything's all right. So everything is gonna be quite low to the ground because we mounted it to the ground. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Like I said, the camera does have adjustments, which I can show you real quick, but I just want to see how accurate this thing is. So I'm going to go ahead and start moving here. Let's see, I can actually just do, since it's nighttime, I can actually just take a look at the brake light. So that's pretty damn accurate for something wireless. Like, that's, yeah, that was almost like instant. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's do brake test again. Yeah, that's very accurate. I'm not gonna lie to you. So that looks pretty good. I'd say that's a job pretty well done. Obviously, if you're having any issues with it, you can shoot me a comment. I'll try to help you out. But that's pretty much all there is to it. If you did enjoy the video, or if this helped you out in any way, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.